Hey, g'day guys. A recent comment on a video has spurred me to make this video. And it's going to tie in with the videos I've made about sort of moving forward in your life and becoming a better version of you. So-called becoming a better person videos. Okay. I have never written this down, but it's quite serious, and I didn't want to make it a retribution on the viewer. So it's not a retribution on the viewer. Now, there's a video. I'm going to try and put the link in the description. I really, with my videos, shoot and post. Usually, I don't watch them back, and it's just how I roll. It's not about being the world's biggest YouTuber to me. Not yet, anyway. But as well as I just can't be bothered with it because I genuinely want to just share good content. Anyway, Hyundai iLoad, front pads and rotors, fixed price servicing, brake pad rip-off. There's a video, if there's no link, that's it. So there's a video called Hyundai iLoad, front rotors, fixed price servicing, brake pad rip-off. I made it last year and I've seen a lot of it before. Now, in future, I am going to start making videos of every rip-off I see, particularly from dealers. It's a little bit harder with private mechanics, as, you know, the cars can be slightly older. Baby, do not cross the road. The cars can be older and, yeah, everyone makes mistakes. People make mistakes. But what this video is about your self-worth. It's about knowing your self-worth and knowing how to deal with a particularly strange type of behaviour. Now, I'll go back to the beginning. I made this video. So basically what happened was the guy serviced his car with Hyundai. It was $467 or something for oil and filter, fixed price. They left the brake fluid considerably low. And basically tried to charge him $1,900 for all the brakes and rotors. Now, the car had 30-something thousand Ks, or I can't remember, something not much. But the brakes did not need doing. Now, he was so embarrassed that he took my time up. He said, look, just do them if they're at 40%. But I have to reiterate, Japanese and Korean cars, when the brakes are at 40% on that Prius or on that Suzuki Swift and they're genuine, you could be getting another 30,000, 40,000 kilometres out of it. Now, who wants to throw away $1,900 on a Korean van or on any car, especially when it's not needed? Now, what this issue was about is that the reader basically said, in a very eloquent way, he went into a lot of trouble to talk about fixed price servicing, mentioning your parameters. See, he said you should have an upper ceiling budget with them and tell them, and I wouldn't want to deal with you anyway. But then when I responded, and you can look at the comments, I said to him, I can't even remember now, but basically he said, basically you shouldn't talk to people and the world would be a better place or something, or people would be calmer if you didn't, or the people you meet will be calmer. I don't know what this guy is talking about, but it had nothing to do with this. So I've worked it out. Either he works for the dealership, or he's just been ripped off himself, or he's a narcissist, or he's a troll. I don't think he's a troll, right? What he's done is turn it into something personal, try and put me down in a way of basically not acknowledging anything to do with the video. So the guy was getting ripped off, the car was serviced, and the brake fluid was left low. It's a crime. He said, do you think in life everyone plans to rip you off? Absolutely not. Most of you guys are great. And, you know, look, he has a point. If you're going to go in life thinking everyone's going to rip you off, guess what, guys? Everyone's going to rip you off. People are good, but we all know what goes on with the dealers. And, you know, without me having to retake this video 5 times by getting too much information in it, I did have my permaguard on my Subaru at this particular dealer, never done. Not the blue one, but the silver one. So you've got my videos there. The permaguard was never done. Plus, I've seen 26 years of non-stop rip-offs by this particular dealership. But it wasn't about the dealership. It was about just being aware that your brake pads can be all right. And I've heard this story with fixed price so many times. But, okay, this viewer then turns it into you shouldn't talk to people and the world would be a better place or something like that, right? And I said, what's this got to do with the brake pad video? It's turned into a personal vendetta, and you should calm down. Like, I think this guy really needs to calm down, like, a lot. Okay. Now, guys, in life, if it's humid and someone tells you it's not when it is, in life, if that car looks dark grey, which it is, that Subaru GT, or black, and someone says, no, it's not, it's midnight blue. If someone says it's cold when it's hot and it becomes a pattern, do not question your sanity. I have discussed this in the Subaru marriage and the Subaru Tribeca marriage and divorce cross hybrid video, which might have been the very first video as I walked down there to go into my personal life and try and share the content and help you guys out, because certainly people have helped me out as well. Now, it's called gaslighting. So basically what this guy said to me was, you're from another planet. I don't know what you're on about or something like that. So all these sorts of comments are basically minimizing your opinion. They're diminishing your value as a person. So if you're at work and you're like, hey boss, it's been 47 degrees in the workshop, the gauge says it, 47, and I'm really not feeling well and I've done my best, and the bloke goes, it's not that hot, you're just a whinger. Whoa, are you in trouble? It could be your boss, it could be a parent, it could be your partner, it could be your child, it could be you. But I'm not here as a psychologist to talk about actual narcissism, but these are narcissistic qualities. And you've got to bear in mind, we are living in a very narcissistic sort of society now as well. It's really difficult for me as a mechanic to start going into who's a narcissist and who's not. But I'll tell you something, if these people continue the way this guy does, you could pretty much say they've got really severe sort of something going on with themselves. So, okay, you've got minimizing your opinion, diminishing your value, whether it's at the boardroom, in a relationship, or wherever you may be. So personal sort of put downs, okay, like, oh my goodness, look at the hair on your arms, you're an ape, sort of thing, especially for those younger guys out there, sort of as teenagers, as you're all battling to take a shot at the title and putting each other down and stuff like that. Trust me, I've had it. I've now finally accepted myself after 40 years, 43. So, okay. Personal, this is, do you love this? I need to sit down. Right, sorry. Okay, this scripting stuff sucks, but I had to do it. Okay, it's blowing around, and whoa, how do people do this? I just like to talk without thinking. Okay, or just talk the truth. Personal, I can't even read my writing, put downs. Don't deal with those people. Don't deal with people, another planet. What are you on about? So, if you're at a restaurant and... no, I'm not going to use that example. If you make a YouTube video about someone ripping someone off and the person says that you would be better off not going to a dealership, they don't want you there, it's called gaslighting. And that's what this guy did. He's gaslit me, but it's not what it sounds like. Gaslighting comes from the 40s. It's a term from a movie where the husband would turn the lights down by the flame and slowly say to the wife she's crazy. As the wife said the lights are too low, the husband would say, no, they're not, you're insane. That's gaslighting, right? Now, for example, people want to silence people, especially people who talk the truth. So if you want to walk out of a job, or if you start, we all know what it's like if you work in a job and you start complaining about the work ethic there, they're either going to get rid of you or they'll silence you. So they'll run a personal sort of character assassination campaign. They'll say that you're excitable, you're insane, you're on drugs. They'll say anything to cover the truth. So for example, I made an example of McDonald's chips having 20-something ingredients. We all know that McDonald's is no good, but you know, if I go out there now making videos on how bad McDonald's are, I'm sure people would go, look at this guy, like from McDonald's, like paid people especially, and that's what I might be touching on, something with this guy with this Hyundai iLoad comment. If you want to go to that video and look at it, he could be simply working at the dealership. He's not necessarily, he's not a troll. He has an agenda to silence me, right? Now, for example, like McDonald's would now. when you go into those comments, if you bother and have a look, I've basically said to him, okay, one sec, the brake fluid was left low, the car was serviced. Now, he not once acknowledged that this person was attempted to be ripped off. So he thought I was the owner of the car, and he thought I pulled the car out of the dealership. But then when I explained that I didn't, he continued on his negative path to nowhere, instead of going, oh, I get it now, okay, the brake fluid was left loose. So at the end he mentioned people make mistakes. This is not a mistake. This is a pathological, planned and ongoing rip-off by that dealership. I've seen it before, and there's been other comments on my videos of people with fixed price planned servicing having brakes changed that never needed changing. Now we're talking about brakes that do not need changing. Now in this video I changed the brakes because the guy begged me to. He was already losing his mind to it. So this fixed price servicing down there, this was just a disaster. But anyway, this is now about your self-worth and keeping your mind to people who want you to actually go away. And you're not going to go away. You're worth everything in this world. Each and every one of us is precious and worthy and can contribute. But you know what I've realized? You're not that worthy of much if you don't begin to share your knowledge and contribute. Now, in previous videos, I've touched on motivation and not doing things alone. This was a huge one for me. So I was sort of always alone, thinking you got to do everything alone. No, you need to share yourself with and surround yourself with people who are working with you in your happiness. So if you say, hey, I'm booking a holiday to Iceland because I love frozen waterfalls or something, and you're met with 3 people's silence, and then you've got the one friend going, woohoo, I can't wait to see the photos, that's a real friend. Okay, when someone says I love you, that's true. When they say I love you, but that's not a compliment. When someone says you're a great employee, but that's not a compliment. Is the compliment genuine or not? That's what's written here. I've now covered that. Compliments are compliments. They're not compliments if someone says, you know, you're just amazing, but. No, they're not. They've got another agenda going on. Now, what I want to mention is we're in an ego-driven society. A lot of times we all do it. We react from our ego. We react from a place of defense. And I was talking about the mind in previous videos, constantly wanting to protect us. So, you know, when you're meant to be going to the gym, but you sit there on the couch, yeah, it's your mind. It's like what I've said about not thinking. Now, in this situation, it benefits greatly to think carefully and to speak clearly and stand up for yourself. So this person thought I was going to go away. He actually called it. He said, I'm glad I don't have to deal with people like you or someone like you. Well, guess what, buddy? I said to him, I'm going to make a video mentioning you, thank you, because guys, guess what? In the position and the time I'm in my life right now with 3 children and, you know, struggling sometimes to keep it together with all the shocks and crazy stuff that goes on in a city sort of life, you know, by doing this channel and putting my personal life out there, and for you, Peter, that made the comment, I do appreciate the comment, because you guys, you've got to turn negatives into positive. This is where the power happens. I was thinking, how do I keep my mind through this divorce, and how do I get through certain things in my life with work and my dad and abuse and stuff like that? And guess what it was, guys? It was not overthinking things too much, but not only that, it was always trying to find a place of understanding and turning it, now I've learned, into a positive. So finding a place of understanding and remaining stuck in an abusive relationship is not a smart thing to do. But finding a place of understanding, researching your issues, just say, in that relationship, and actively dealing with it and identifying the issues is a very, very positive step. Now, narcissism is not, okay, I'm here saying I'm not a psychologist. I can't define between ego-driven and narcissism. In my personal life I can, but that's not my place with this man, Peter, that made the comment for the Hyundai. I'm not going to speculate. I think he is, but it's irrelevant to that. Basically, he's continuing now to say, I would never subscribe to someone like you and whatever. But see, I wrote to him, hey, the video's coming right up, stay tuned, and he's now written something else. And it sort of looks like an online sort of ego-driven battle, but it's not on my part. I hope he watches this, because I hope, you know, he realizes that, you know, we all make mistakes, and I'm not making one right now. Okay, so what he's doing, this guy, is actually further escalating. Now, I've had in my personal life, it seems that some ego-driven people, and I'll leave it at that, I'm not going to go into narcissists again, you guys can look it up yourself. So some ego-driven people just continue to escalate. So when you question someone's behavior, and when you are really stuck, right, you're not the problem, it's them. Now, if you can't F them off out of your life briskly, right, if they're like your partner or your boss, or, you know, you have to now begin to research a place of understanding and an exit strategy. So why do people do these things? It comes from a place of hurt and fear. There's no other question that this particular type of behavior is based on some type of internal conflict and a projection. So, you know, when you're calm and you're trying to tell someone something and they go, calm down, or for the guys out there, if you've ever sort of begin to get fired up, and we're all allowed to get angry. I'm allowed to make a video right now abusing the hell out of this guy if I want, but it's my choice, it's my channel, right? It's my life, but I choose to take it to a better level, right? So in life, if you're going to question behavior over and over, you're not the problem. The problem is when it goes on for years, guys, you're actually stuck in something really, really bad, and you deserve to be out of it. You deserve to not be put down. You deserve to speak up and out loud, and that's part of becoming a better person. If you increase your self-worth, get ready, I said it recently, to start sort of having conflict, because you're going to start speaking up. Now, usually most people will understand if they've made a mistake, but then you'll get someone and you'll think, oh my goodness, like they've taken me the wrong way. I haven't particularly had that, but you're going to get angry. With all the calmness, and keep calm and sort yourself out, you are going to speak up to someone in a way that you will even least expect, and get ready for it, because it's the real authentic you. So what we've tied in now is be your authentic self and turn negatives into positives. But when you're questioning this crazy sort of thing like, no, the car's not fast, yes it is, no it's not, and it's not their car, it's yours, and it does 4.7 seconds to 100, you're going to begin to think that, you know, you value that friendship and you want to be silenced. Don't value that friendship. It's not a friendship, it's a battle, right? Now, finally in life, be accountable and apologize, forgive. And I can't say at this stage in my life, forget. Forgiving and forgetting really didn't get me anywhere. I'm not forgetting nothing anymore. And particularly sort of these sorts of comments like on this iLoad video, they're very, very rare, but it's not about this. In life, it's more common that you're going to get this sort of behavior. You are going to have this, guys. I'd love to hear from you guys of how many of you guys right now are waking up to something through this video, or sort of, does the penny drop with a friend that's always got that sort of quiet demeanor? Do you really think they're happy for you? No, they're not. And it's not about bitching about people and eliminating them. It's about surrounding yourself with people that are better for you, and the only way you can do that is to be your authentic self and stand up for your self-worth. Now, be accountable, apologize, for Christ. When you make a mistake, it is so bad when you don't apologize. You just set yourself that way instead of that way, which is forwards. You're only going to set yourself backwards, and become your better version. Contribute, share your content. So, you know, guys, when you're really, really angry, like when I got booked and I didn't think I did the wrong thing in New Zealand, I made a video about that with the Bumblebee video. It's a bit of the camera's like this, and I had a lot of adrenaline in me because I'd just done all these adventure sports. But, you know, if you watch that video, there's the becoming a better person, and you see a little box and the Toyota RAV4 in the background where I'm buying the honey on an honesty system. If you watch that video, I turned $150 overtaking without distance fine into a positive thing, and I felt so great about that fine. I thought, not only is that cop trying to save lives, because he is, and there were dead people on that corner that morning, but, you know, I could have just so easily just gone, damn this. And funny enough, I just paid that fine yesterday without thinking, but you know, like, you know, guys, everything's meant to be, and so is this comment from Peter. Anyway, damn it, I've gone over 16 minutes. oh no, I've put on 720 HD. Hopefully this will be one part, guys, but I'm going to go now. I've pretty much covered it all. This is about narcissism. This is about gaslighting. This is about being minimized and diminished into a piece of crap by certain people around you. We've all got it, guys. Come on. I mean, most of us. I know you might not think it, but have a look at who's really happy for you and beware who you surround yourself with. Most people are fantastic, and be open to meeting them. But you know, guys, I was stuck for so long with certain people in my life that would put down my appearance and the hair on my arms. I've mentioned it. It's so freaking sad. So by standing up for yourself and valuing yourself, you don't realize you're actually carrying yourself in a different fashion, and you're setting boundaries that aren't even spoken. So do you know what I mean? It's a little bit different here talking about comments on videos, but really in real life right now, we all want to be better, and we all want to resolve. Most things are resolvable, and yes, there are misunderstandings, but once, twice, okay. 3, 4 times, you got a serious problem on your hands. Anyway, guys, hope you're all well. I'm not going to go into tuning my car, make a separate video. I was going to say I've decided to go to a custom tuner, which I was anyway. But hope you're well, and I really hope you guys get something out of this. Really means a lot to me for those few who do. Lol, yeah, if you're watching your cooking videos on the way. Okay, guys, bye.